Okay, if you have Pectus Carinatum, should you or can you lift heavy? Um, right, can you lift heavy? Yeah, you can lift heavy, just like anybody else. Should you? No, you shouldn't. Because when you've got Pectus Carinatum, um, you're also going to have these other things, because Pectus Carinatum is just one symptom of this bigger issue. Um, so when you've got Pectus Carinatum, you might have like longer extremities, which makes you more susceptible to injuries. You may not have longer extremities. You might just have Pectus Carinatum and that's it. But yeah, you might have longer body parts, which can come as a positive and it can also be a negative. And when it comes to weightlifting, it can be a negative. However, like if you're going into something like a combat sport, like boxing or even though you shouldn't do combat sports with Pectus Carinatum, you have more torque. You have more. So there's a positive to that. If you ever get in a fight, in theory, if you have the muscle behind it, you can punch harder because you're longer. Longer people are typically more dangerous. If you've got the form, you can strike harder. But when it comes to weightlifting and that, you can injure yourself so much easier. And as I said, Pectus carinatum is just one symptom of a larger issue. So another symptom could be longer extremities. Another one could be elasticated joints or tendons or ligaments. They're just a little bit more stretchy. You might have stretchy skin, which that's just one symptom. That's just like one little thing. But behind that, it's like the things that keep my joints together is also stretchy. So if you put pressure on it and it's not ready, bang, it can just like snap. Not, but it can stretch, and it's like the most painful thing. It's worse than breaking a bone. It's it's dangerous. If you're agility, it can affect your agility. Having Pectus carinatum, if you're not darting left to right or backwards and forwards, and your form isn't on, you're not focusing 100% on your form, you can injure yourself. Like I know I hurt myself. I literally had like an MCL ligament. I stretched it or snapped it, and I was injured for years after that. And I was just doing badminton. I was running back, and as I was running back, my left foot and leg comes back, and it's stabilizing my body. And as I lift my right foot off the floor, all my weight goes onto it, and it's not, it's kind of bent at a bad angle. My weight goes on it, bang, just right like that. And after that, I was, injured for years. And then literally 2 weeks after that, it happened to my other leg, because my other knee, same thing, same place, same ligament and everything. Because once I injured that, I wasn't being careful, and it happened to that, and then it happened to this one again. So I had 3 knee injuries in a really short space of time, and I put that down to obviously not good form at the time, but also I was doing Olympic weightlifting. I was being trained by like an Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist. I was like so lucky and blessed to be in that situation, to being trained by such a professional. He was teaching me such good form. I still know how to do like the clean and jerk and snatch and everything. But that weakened me. I went straight into it. I was literally just a normal 15-year-old kid playing Xbox, going out, and then bang, I'm going into like Olympic training, Olympic weightlifting training, and my body just weren't ready for it. Yeah, and I'm still recovering from that. I've still got to be careful from that. My kneecaps will slide left to right, which some of you guys might also have that. They will slide left to right if I want them to. If I just relax my knee, they will go left to right, and it's just horrible. I've got to be so careful my entire life because of my knees, and because my Pectus carinatum is just one little thing, but it's also like I've got all these other things. I could just like open the fridge a little bit too quick, and put too much pressure on one of my fingers, and it's like I literally pull a ligament in my finger. Like, tell me about, if you guys have similar things that you've got to be careful of, or like you just injure yourself doing the smallest thing, like, let me know. But these are all reasons why you shouldn't lift heavy. This is why you should build your body slowly, like over time, over years, and strengthen your ligaments, because your muscles may recover in 48, 72 hours after a workout, but your ligaments do not. Like, they take weeks and weeks to, like, and months and years to build up the durability to be able to take these weights. And just because you go a few weeks or a few months lifting, or like putting stress on your body and nothing happens, you don't know if your ligaments underneath are getting damaged, and you're not giving them the opportunity to recover. So sometimes it is a good idea to take a while off of lifting. If you've been going hard and you just feel anything, it's like, dude, just take a month or two off, maybe even 3 months, because the muscle memory is going to be there. You're going to lose the muscle, but you've created the muscle memory, so you can just go back to it. And you've got to think about the long run. Do you want to be one of these 30, 40, 50-year-olds with joint problems, just problems? Or do you want to be 50, 60, 70, and you've sustained your body that long? You're a healthy person that has, aged. And it's all up to you, and it's all up to you how you treat your body. So don't lift heavy, because it increases your chances of injury, and we're already prone to injury. We are already more likely to be injured from things that you wouldn't even think you could get injured by. Like the fact that I snapped my knee ligament. If I talk to someone, I'm like, yeah, I snapped my knee ligament, or like stretched it. Either way, it felt like it snapped, and I was injured for years and years after. It probably didn't snap, because I didn't have to have surgery or anything. But it was like definitely bruised underneath. It was just so sensitive and painful. I've never been the same again after it. I would have preferred to break a bone, so at least then it like heals back. So yeah, don't lift heavy, and do body weight exercises. That's all you really need to do. If you're just focusing, if you're not trying to build the big picture, ouch. If you're not trying to create an entire body which is like aesthetic, and you just want to fix your pectus carinatum, which is understandable, you just need to focus on your pectus carinatum, then all you have to do is chest and your abs. That's it. So you don't even have to worry about lifting heavy, because chest and abs doesn't require you to lift heavy. If you need a chest, maybe if you want a massive chest, then you need to lift a bit heavy, but you just need to work the muscle out. You need to just do the exercises. You could do bench press, you could do dumbbell flies, or you could just do push-ups. Like many variations of push-ups, wide push-ups, and then just do the whole spectrum all out there. And then eventually you'll be able to do, just really wide push-ups. You should just perfect exercises for your body weight, because that's just the ideal way. You look at these people who are in their 60s and 70s, and they're really muscular, like their definition of their muscles is good, and they're still healthy. They're still walking around like a young person. It's like they do body weight exercises. The people that are crippled by the time they're 40, 50, like, dude, I know this is an extreme example, but just look at Ronnie Coleman. He can't even walk without crutches now, and this guy like leg pressed like a ton. Obviously that's an extreme example, but you deteriorate your body when you do heavy exercises, and it's just not a good idea for the long run. And there's literally no benefit apart from like showing off, and it's like, oh, I can lift this. So if you're young, don't fall into like peer pressure of trying to impress people by lifting heavy. It doesn't matter. You're probably not even going to be speaking to the same people in a few years' time. So like, just focus on yourself and like longevity and your health. I just don't see why there's any reason to lift heavy. There's literally no reason to lift heavy, especially if you have pectus carinatum. If you've got pectus carinatum and you just want to hide it, chest and abs, that's literally it. Train your bottom abs, and then, because your top two are like the easiest to train, but your abs aren't going to show if you are not respecting yourself and not treating your body right. So if you're going to be eating all this rubbish, check out my Instagram, Pectus Jamie. You know, I got fat, and you can just see us. Like, dude, I'm not happy to take off my shirt right now. Whereas this time last year, I was like well happy to take off my shirt, even though I was on the skinny side. I had abs, so it distracted people. As soon as people see your abs, it's like the mindset's different. It's like, oh look, he doesn't abuse his body. You can see his abs, you know, or he doesn't abuse his body to the extent where you can't see his abs. It's just like it's just positive. But then you want to build on that though. You know, you don't want to be eating rubbish, and then you want to build the muscle there, and then you can build the chest, because as soon as the abs is sorted, it's really all about the abs. You know, as soon as the abs are there, I'm pretty like the pectus carinatum also almost looks like another ab, and then you can start building chest. But abs is so easy for anyone of any age. You know, even when you're young, you can have abs, but when you're young, you can't have chest muscles. Like you can have what your body allows you, you know, but it's generally quite small. Like show me a 15, 16, 17-year-old with a massive chest that isn't on some kind of drugs that increases his muscle mass. You know, it just doesn't happen, because you need to fill out. You need to get to like 22, 23, 24 before your body starts filling out, and then you can really have some chest muscles. I'll explain that in another video. But if you've got any comments, well, that's my video of why you shouldn't lift heavy. You should lift light, or ideally bodyweight exercises. If you've got any questions, let me know. Leave me a comment. You can message me on Instagram directly, Pectus Jamie. If you've got any questions, I will get back to you. And I hope this helped somebody.